Hey people, Chris here. Thanks for watching. Those of you who have subscribed, thank you. Those of you who have commented, thank you. And share away anybody and everybody. Um, it's been a phenomenal uh, first 12 months of Tri-State Squatchers. Uh, Phenomenal, whatever, 6 months we've been sharing videos. Um, we're just having fun, sharing what we're doing. And hope you're enjoying the videos. We've got a couple of new gadgets we're going to be implementing in the spring, so stay tuned. And as the more we learn, uh, surely we will be even more successful over the next 12 months. Um, let's see. So thank you. What did we learn last season? Um, First and foremost, um, we learned beyond a shadow of a doubt that Sasquatch are real. Uh, there is no doubt. Uh, I We've seen them, experienced them, got stuff thrown at us, been chased out of the woods. I mean, they're real. Uh, Obviously, some of the best experiences or most exciting, scariest ones. I don't know. Use whatever verbiage you want. Happened before we even had cameras and were taking anything out other than ourselves and flashlights. So of course, um, you know, it happened. That's just a fact. So next thing we learned is that they make stuff, breaks, bends. Um, they lean stuff onto trees and they build structures. They make tripods. Um, Whether they're building trails, it seems like it, um, or not. Following the signs leads you to um, eventually something cool. It just the way it is. Um, so they are doing them. They are building things and creating things. Um, so that's something else we learned. What do we? What can we extrapolate from that? That well, they're living in the wilderness, so their first priority is going to be survival, which means water and food, if nothing else. Um, the structures they build, even the teepees that we have found, and more importantly, other people have found, don't seem conducive to um, protecting them from the elements and such. So, um, whatever they do to keep warm, and do they need to worry about keeping dry? We don't know those things, but since the things don't, the structures, even if we call them, I've called them shelters myself because that's what they look like. Um, they're not really shelters as far as what people build, humans build. So they apparently serve some other purpose. I found things, like the icon for this channel, for instance, is a giant asterisk in a tree. Okay, it's just way cool. Um, what is it? Art? Something spiritual? It That's a symbol we find. I found it there, the big one. Found it incorporated into uh, structure. Found it on the ground. It must mean something. Other people have found similar things all over. So it's a symbol. So what we have are beings that are intelligent, uh, have enough time on their hands, are successful hunters and gatherers, uh, which gives them time to build things and construct things and think about things. Uh, Apparently, some sort of spirituality. That's important. That puts them beyond any kind of bipedal ape. They're not a bipedal ape. I, from what I've seen and experienced, no, they're a people of some sort. Um, People have different theories, and I don't know. Native Americans have their ideas. They've been doing this for a lot longer than I have, and anybody else has that I know of. So, it's important to pay attention to those things. And the Native, interesting enough, like I said, with the spirituality, lots of the Native Americans that I have conversed with, at least some of them, talk about the Native Americans learning from the Sasquatch. Often they have a different name for the Sasquatch, but it seems like everyone has a different name. Um, but a lot of their medicine man type people learned what they know from the Sasquatch. That's what how their um, stories go. That's their history. I, I they people I've talked to believe that. I have no reason to doubt it. So there we go. Um, so people who are successful enough hunters and gatherers to have time to build things and think about things and develop a spirituality. That makes them a people, not an animal. I know I just said that. I'm just recapping. Um, that okay, and then there's other theories out there. No, that we can, because it makes no sense to do this in a vacuum. I don't know about anybody else. I watch other people's videos. Hopefully, y'all do too. A lot of things are coming together. Many people are talking about the structures in the Sasquatch building things. Other people are thinking about, are noticing that they're very close to human settlements. Um, People have talked about how their minds work. Uh, Things like, who is it? Christopher Noel with his Sasquatch savant theories. Nathan Reo speaking about how he thinks they can perhaps memorize the forest. These things go together. I teach special ed and particularly autistic kids. And the thing about autism is that it is sensory overload, which in a human society isn't really a good thing. There's stuff going on all the time. But if you put the Nathan's theory and you kind of line that up with Christopher's theory, what you have is, in my opinion, I mean, theoretically, um, instead of sensory overload, you have these beings who take everything in. They know, I mean, this explains a lot. How they can, like Nathan talks about how they can avoid cameras that people leave in the woods. How it explains how they can move so stealthily and quietly. I mean, how can a 9-foot tall forest ninja do that? How can they be right behind you and you don't know? How can they just simply seem to disappear into the woods because they know everything about their surrounding? So, I don't. That's where I think the savant theory, it goes in the right direction. I don't personally. I don't quite go that far as saying savant. I would go um, with the wiring in the brain similar to an autistic child, but with purpose. And so for them, it's a good thing. They can see and take in their entire surrounding. And whereas, like I said, in a human society, there's way too much, and they become insular. Whereas the Sasquatch aren't insular; they are. It helps them be aware of, you know, go beyond themselves. Yeah, I still want to process this and think of it, and so I can express it more clearly. But those two things, I think, um, could explain a lot. So the savant theory it does a real good job in getting us thinking in the right direction, and Nathan being sort of it's a good idea that helps us think. Well, what does that mean? If you're aware of your entire surroundings, that's the type of thing that I'm gonna think more about to try to figure out how Sasquatch think. I don't need to prove that they exist anymore. Now, what I need to do is think, well, what are they doing? What might they do next? Why are they, and why? So, um, it should be an interesting year. We found a lot of different things just in our main squat zone. Lots of things, and so we're gonna see. Um, it seems like a lot centers around the Sasquatch, what I call the Sasquatch camp. I don't know, call it that. I don't know what it is, but it's the where it's got the sort of half circle of the log fence and the structure in the middle of it. Um, the site where we took the pictures of the Sasquatch, and hopefully we'll find someone else to process those more clearly for us, so we can actually share them, so people will quit saying things like, "Where are the pictures?" Well, unfortunately, not to get into detail too much, except that a number of people died in the Sasquatch community recently, and the person working on our pictures for us was one of them. He will be missed. So what can I do? So working on that. Other things coming up. And like I said, Sasquatch are real. Our emphasis is going to be studying them this year, and we'll be sharing what we find with y'all. So everybody, be safe out there, and happy squatching. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and have fun. Bye bye.